This is what I was hoping for. I just met my first bog. I could go over here, twist my ankle, and it could be all over for the Thames Path Ultra. Whoa! Mindful running and running in flow is something that fascinates me when I come to places like this. It makes me feel like all the trail running that I've been doing is just pretend. I've always wanted to run in the Brecon beacons. Penny Fan is just over there, I think, and this is I think it's pronounced Ponticilic Reservoir. I'm on a road, as you can see, and it might not go with my new channel name, which is Trail Running Phil. I just thought that the music and the trail running that my hobbies are might be slightly confusing to some people, and some people will come into the site to my channel looking for music. Some people will come into the site looking for trail running. I'll keep that music and the trail running separate from now on. Look at the views here. I feel like I'm on a postcard. I will be going up on those hills over there on the way back, apparently. I thought I'd save that till the very end of my run. So only about 3 weeks now until the Thames Path Challenge, 100k along on the Thames Path. Feeling quite excited. I had a bit of an injury scare about a week or so ago now. I had a niggle in the top of my calf, and I stopped running straight away. Booked into a physio instead of ignoring it. 3 weeks out, started to panic a bit. Went to the physio, and luckily for me, just needed a sports massage. It was just a bit gristling around the top of the calves, back in the knee sort of area. I've not really had many sports massages, and really makes me realise that I should do that more often, especially the older I'm getting. What has been on my mind this week is my mind. Training the mind to run an ultra marathon is actually as important as training your body. I've been listening to a podcast, the Rich Roll podcast, with one of my favourite inspirational runners in the world, Courtney DeWalter, an American trail runner, quite simply one of the best runners in the world. And her mental game is way up there. What I find fascinating about her mindset, and I'm going to try and become Courtney in 3 weeks' time on the Thames Path, she doesn't think about the place she's got to get to. She's only getting to one place in her mind and her body, and that's what she calls the pain cave. It's that place where our body starts to get really tired and things start to hurt, things start to ache. And instead of pushing it away, and instead of trying to forget about it, she looks forward to it. She actually celebrates when she gets there, how she's feeling. She plans to get there. She knows she's going to go there. And when she gets there, she decides that that's when the hard work starts. That's where she can start working. And she envisages in her mind making that cave bigger and bigger. So she chisels away at the back of her pain cave and makes it larger. I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds bizarre, but little things like that allows your mind to be reset, to have a different outlook on how it's making your body and your mind feel when you get to that place. Instead of dreading it and hoping it's never going to happen and wishing it would go away, it's part of ultra running. And if you have that attitude towards it, then you're going to be able to deal with it better. So after a mile and a half on the road, I finally hit the trails. That's bonkers. I've never seen sheep on the side of a railway track like that before. Anyway, yes, here we are. This is what I was hoping for. Huge tree there being pushed down. Look at that. Big one falling over and taking out the one next to it. Wow. Another thing I've been listening to on a podcast this week, a podcast I recommend called Trail and Error, is flow state. I have talked about it before once in the hashtag MyRun video of the reason why I run. But it was really interesting to hear an ultra runner who's planning to run the entire circumference of the earth over 3 years, about how he gets into and what flow state is. You can't just switch into it, you can't plan it. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Things can stop it from happening, but it's the thing that I strive for, it's the thing that I aim for when I go for a run. Mindful running and running in flow is something that fascinates me, and it's something I'm going to be covering a lot more on this channel. I think it's because I'm more interested in doing things like this as opposed to splits, PBs, times. My intention is to seek out new places to run, adventures, new experiences, appreciate the world around you, being right in the present, you know, finding a route on Strava, coming to a place like this and having it entirely to yourself. For me, that's what it's all about. Right, let's get to the top of this hill and hopefully we can get some more views of the reservoir behind me. Oh wow. When I come to places like this, it makes me feel like all the trail running that I've been doing is just pretend. And this is proper trail running, right? Sounds a bit silly, but you know, most of my running is on footpaths and gravel paths, and I just feel like a kid in a sweet shop. I can't help it. It feels like I'm in completely nowhere, no man's land, which is an amazing feeling for me. I'm just not used to it, so it's great. Right, the reservoir is just literally over there, so just going to follow this path. I just look at that. I just met my first bog. I think it's a bog, I don't know, but this is the way that my navigation has sent me. I think the path looks fairly more normal here. Let me try and get across this little stream. Yeah, I'm across. Hopefully up here. I'll show you where I've been in a minute. Whoa! Ah dear. Yeah. Taking a tumble. Just across there and down there. Still feel like a little kid. Right. Gotta make sure that I'm going in the right direction. Hello, sheepies. Fair play to the Chorus Apex, by the way. Only has a breadcrumb trail, but so good at bringing you back on the right track when you've gone off, when you've come off the path. He says, looking desperately for the path. The path's supposed to be here, and I can't see it. It's got to be a path somewhere. Oh, here it is. Look, I feel like I'm one of those ants on the Ants movie. And there you go, you're back on the path. I could go over here, twist my ankle, and it could be all over for the Thames Path Ultra. That's not a very good mindset to be in, but it's true. I'll be careful. And here I am coming through a little railway track tunnel going back underneath the railway track, which I did earlier. So taking my time today on the run. Obviously you've seen me doing quite a lot of walking anyway. If I came back here, which would be lovely, I'm sure I wouldn't get lost. I got a bit lost up there on the hill. Luckily I had my phone with me as well, and I used the footpath app on my iPhone, and instead of just looking at the breadcrumb trail, I had an actual map to look at as well. I normally do that if I'm going to places that I don't know, but it looks like I've made it down, back off the hill, back into the village. Oh, so that's me done. I run back to the bed and breakfast, back in the room now. It's a 7-mile trail run walk, let's call it that. Did about as much walking as I did running, got a bit lost, but absolutely loved every second of it. I hope you've enjoyed it half as much as I have this morning. I really appreciate you clicking on the video, giving it a watch. Please consider liking the video, it really helps my channel. And if you haven't already, it'd be great if you subscribed. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Take care for now.